Hello everyone and welcome to my fourth video. Today we're going to be doing something completely different and we're going to be taking a look at and reviewing the Figma EX025 Saber dress version from Face Day Night Unlimited Blade Works. First off, I think we're going to be taking a look at the box a little. By the way, Saber. Yeah. Oh, and hand reveal. I am doing this without a tripod. Yes, I am fucking stupid, but yeah, gonna be doing this without a tripod. I'm using like a makeshift stand right now, made up of books and shit right now. So do excuse some issues I have while filming. Here's the top of the box, the side showing Saber being very cute. Here's here's the back of it with a lot of poses and shit. Here's the side again. Saber being cute. And the front, which would have displayed her right here, along with all the accessories. That's about it for the box. Now, on to the actual figure. Right now, I have her on the stand in a very cool pose, taking Excalibur out of Avalon. Actually, let's just take her off the stand right now and get her standing. Yeah, pretty cool figure. Now, let's take a look at some of the details on this. Take Avalon Excalibur out to the side. Come on, zoom in. Yes. As you can see, she is very finely sculpted and painted right here. Take a look at some of the details. Zoom in on the head. Very cool face sculpt and hair. Dress is nicely molded and very well painted. Lots of good details all over the place with the gold lines and the folds of the dress. This is actually my first Figma figure, by the way. So yeah, I was quite impressed with everything over here. Oh, and I'm not sure if the camera can pick it up properly, but oh yeah, here. There is a bit of paint smudge over here with the red. I'm not sure if it was always on the figure or not because I got this pre-owned, so I can't really tell you about it being a factory issue or if it's got something to do with the original seller. But yeah, that's there, but it's not really too big of an issue. I can always just paint over it if I'm not being a lazy bum, or I can just, have it down like this. But yeah, take a look at the back. Fuck. Yeah, sorry, that's probably gonna happen quite a lot because again, makeshift stand I'm using right now. But yeah, let's continue looking at the back a little. Very nice detail all around. Actually, I was originally looking for the armored version, but I couldn't find it. So I did end up, I guess you can say, settling for this, but I am not complaining at all with just how well detailed everything is on this figure, even under the dress. Though I guess she's wearing pants, so it doesn't really count. But yeah, speaking of what's under there, very nice detailing on the boots as well. And the aforementioned pants. Not pantsu, unfortunately. Yep. That's about it for the details for now. So let's set her off to the side for a moment before we talk about the articulation. We can take a look at the accessories that she comes with. Got them all in this baggie right here. All right, so now that I have the accessories all taken out of the baggie right now, let's take a look at them. First off, we have this pair of open palm hands. These karate chop looking hands, as you can see. These closed fists. And we have two different hands here, but that's really just because I have one of each equipped on the actual figure right now. It's this very soft looking hand. I don't know how to really describe it. It's, yeah, looks pretty good. And then yeah, it fucking fell off. The other one is this gripping hand for I mean for holding the kendo stick or Excalibur. Speaking of which, here's the kendo stick that she used for, trading with Shiro, as well as destroying Taiga's pride. If it would fucking focus on the thing, that would be great. There we go. Yeah. Nicely sculpted detail, and it's got pretty good paint going on, as you can see. Oh my god, this does not want to focus. There we go. Yeah. Same thing all around. So yeah, spinning it will not reveal any more details. Just a very cool looking kendo stick. Then we have, of course, a necessary accessory for any Saber Figma, Excalibur. The camera's doing like not really the best job at picking up the colors, I'm gonna be honest, but yeah, all this stuff that appears kind of blackish, yeah, that's well-defined blue. Like on the actual figure, the camera's not really doing the best job picking it up because my phone camera isn't really the greatest. But yeah, pretty fucking cool. Yeah, you got the words written on here. Nice silver paint job. Same on either side, of course, aside from, the writing being on this side. Everything else is pretty cool. It does kind of make me wish, like, I know the Fate Zero version comes with the Invisible Air version, where it's just a clear version of this mold, but I do kind of wish they would make a version where, it's the golden sword, like how they have it in the anime, whenever she's, focusing her power through it. It would be pretty cool. Then next we have the Scabbard Avalon, the most broken fucking noble phantasm on the planet. Right here is very nicely sculpted, detailed, and everything. I say that a lot, but that's just because everything on this figure is very nice. Although I will say I have seen pictures of the other versions of Saber Figmas, and for some reason, this Avalon in particular has the blue details looking a bit blacker than the others. They're a brighter shade of blue. Like this one in particular, the one that comes with the dress version in particular, seems to be like very dark for some reason. No idea why. Yeah, and yeah, this is where Excalibur slots in. Though, again, this I'm not sure if it's a figure problem or a thing with it being pre-owned, but yeah, it slots in just fine, but it doesn't stay at all. Like it just boop, falls off. Worst scabbard ever, bro. What the hell? Now we still have some accessories left, and that would be all her alternate faces right here. First off, we have the default smiling face. Very cute. I like it. Same thing with this open mouth smiling face. Very nice. And then this badass, side eye looking to the side face. Also very nice. Very cool. I like it. Then you do have two hair pieces for the figure. This one is more wavy, like, she's like outside in the wind. Meanwhile, this is, a lot more just it's just, you get what I fucking try and fucking say. It's just a regular hairpiece, no like wind effects or anything. Like obviously I like them both. And they're both hair down versions. Oh, whoops. They're both hair down versions of Saber. Neither of them have the bun, which I was kind of hoping at least one would, but I don't mind long hair Saber at all. I quite like it. And as for putting the faces on them, all you gotta do is just pop this out. Just slide one of these in like so. And just put this back on, and boom, you have a Saber ready to be completed, just like this. Ta-da. Oh, and for the final two accessories, you have, obviously the Figma display stand right here. Very nice. You can move it around a lot, like so. And you also have an extension for it, for if you want to do some really crazy posing. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, pretty cool. Now it is time for what is arguably the most important part of a Figma figure, outside of course, the accuracy of the character, which this figure has in spades. It's the posability. As for her head, she can do a full 360 rotation. She can look down quite a bit far, but her looking up is quite hindered by the longer hair, which is unfortunate, but not really a deal breaker. A real almost deal breaker is gonna pop up soon, trust me. As for the arms, you can move up this far. Very nice. They're on like a ball joint too, so you can get a lot of movement out of them. Of course, you can move them full 360 like this. It can bend like so. Very nice. And her wrists can do a full 360 as well, being on the ball joint. And they can go down this far and up this far. Very nice. Obviously, same goes for the other arm. Then her torso, as for the torso, goddamn. As for the torso, she can, crunch barely. She can, arch back a little bit, quite a bit actually. Yeah. Very sexy. Quite like it. And of course, the torso can do a full 360. But it's not at the waist, which is a little weird, but yeah. Speaking of the waist, it can't move too far. Yeah, because of how the dress is sculpted. Speaking of the dress, it can actually move. Like, it is on a ball joint like this, so you can get a little bit of movement out of it. But it's not enough, which brings me to... Fuck. God damn it, I promise that's the last time it's gonna happen. So, as I was saying, it brings me to my big major complaint about this figure as a whole. The dress, the lower half of it to be precise, because it is one solid piece with movement that only goes like this. The leg articulation, which is fully there, as you can see, all the joints and whatnot, they're all there. You cannot get a full range of movement out of these wonderful joints because the dress is the way it is. Like, she can only kick this far. Like, come on. Really? Like, I've seen the Saber 1.0 and 2.0, and for them, the dress is not just one singular solid piece. It is multiple pieces which can, move around, go out like so. So you can have the leg kicking out. But for this dress version, that's not a thing, which really sucks because there are so many poses that I wanted to recreate with this figure that it just won't happen because they, decided to make the dress a single piece. So you can't get the kneeling pose at all, for the Garden of Avalon cover art. You can't, yeah, just pretty limited, which really sucks. A stain on an otherwise very amazing figure. So that's very unfortunate. She can at least, do the splits a little bit, not by much, but hey, it's there, and uh, you can kind of use the bend a little bit. Again, not by much, but at least the feet, the most important part of the body, they are just fine. You can, move them up and down because they're on a ball joint, but it is a little limited. You can't move them side to side too much, which is very unfortunate. There's no real pivot over here. So mostly, yeah, you're just gonna get this, but there is a bend at the toes right here, as you can see. So yeah, that's pretty cool. But again, the dress, very limiting in terms of posability, which is most unfortunate. Now next, we're going to be doing some size comparisons. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I do not have any, other Figmas residing in my collection, so I'm just going to be bringing over a bunch of random shit. For starters, we have the War for Cybertron Gamer Edition Voyager class Megatron. You can see how they scale together. Then a high-grade Gunpla, the Gundam Bile. Well, let me just take it over to the side a little bit so you can better see. Yep. Very appropriate that I bring over a Gundam named after one of the demon, 72 demons. Speaking of which, here's a Master Grade Gunpla, the Gundam Barbatos Lupus. As you can see, much bigger. Oh. And then we have this Mash Kirillite kimono figure that I got from Japan. Very nice. And this is an Arcade acrylic stand that I got from the Narita airport. Funny enough, like it's actually kind of crazy because if you like remove this whole part right here at the bottom, this whole gap, and just sat her down like right at her foot right here, I think they would actually scale, which is kind of fucking crazy. Like if I lift up Saber a little bit and Arcade gets out of this pose and stands straight, I think they might actually scale very fucking well, which is kind of hilarious. And that about does it for my review. I hope you all enjoyed watching this. And I do apologize for the video's quality overall being admittedly like a little worse than my previous one. It's my favorite. It's my first real figure review, and I made the stupid decision of going completely unscripted. I'll probably make a script for my next one whenever I do it. And speaking of which, I do intend to get more Figmas down the line, especially Saber Figmas. I do really want more than just the stress version. Like I was able to track down the Fate Zero version, the one in the suit, for a pretty good price pre-owned because I'm broke as shit. But yeah, one version I really do want to see them make is the wedding dress version when Medea captured her for reasons. But yeah, again, I hope you enjoyed watching this, and I 100% recommend this figure for anyone who is a massive fan of Saber or just Fate Stay Night or just the Fate franchise as a whole. Very good figure, even despite the previous mentioned shortcoming. But yeah, I again hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.